From beside the war council, Prince Neza stepped forward and knelt before his father. "Sire, calm your wrath," he urged. "Forgive the giant spirit's failure. Let me ride out against this monkey, and we shall see exactly how deep his powers run." King Li considered his son's words, then ordered the broken general back to camp to await judgment, while Neza prepared for battle. Prince Neza buckled his armor tight and bounded out of the military camp, arriving at the Water Curtain Cave in a blaze of martial fury. Son Wukong was just calling his monkey soldiers home when he spotted the young prince charging toward him with terrifying speed and confidence. The Monkey King narrowed his golden fiery eyes and studied this bold new challenger with amused curiosity. What a prince he was! Though barely past childhood, his top knot barely covering his forehead, his body radiated divine grace. He was a celestial unicorn among mortals, a phoenix born of mist and cloud. The dragon's blood in his veins gave him an otherworldly bearing that no earthly creature could match. 6 divine weapons hung from his body, and his power to transform and soar through the heavens knew no bounds. Wukong strolled forward and called out with a grin. "Whose little boy are you? Coming to my doorstep like this? What business have you got?" Neza barked back, "Ignorant demon monkey, do you not recognize me? I am Neza, third son of the pagoda-bearing heavenly king, sent by the Jade Emperor himself to capture you." Wukong laughed aloud and shook his head at the boy's audacity. "Little prince," Wukong chuckled, "your baby teeth have hardly fallen out, and the down from your cradle still clings to your skin. How dare you speak such grand words? I will spare your life and not strike you. Just look at the banner outside my cave and report back to the Jade Emperor. Give me the title I demand, and I shall cause no more trouble." Neza looked up and saw 4 bold characters on the banner, "Equal to heaven, the great sage." What divine power could this demon monkey possibly possess to claim such a title? He snarled. "Enough talk, taste my blade." Wukong simply stood his ground, arms folded. "I will not move a single step. Swing your sword as many times as you like, Dot." Neza exploded with fury and roared a single word: "Transform." In an instant, he sprouted 3 heads and 6 arms, each hand gripping a fearsome weapon. A demon-slaying sword, a demon-cleaving blade, a demon-binding rope, a demon-subduing pestle, an embroidered ball, and a blazing fire wheel. All 6 weapons came crashing toward Wukong simultaneously, a whirlwind of deadly celestial force aimed at his very face. Wukong's eyes widened. "This little fellow has some tricks after all," he admitted. "But do not be rude. Watch my divine power." The great sage bellowed, "Transform," and himself grew 3 heads and 6 arms. He shook his golden-banded staff once, and it split into 3 identical weapons, 1 for each pair of hands. 6 arms raised 3 iron staves and locked against Neza's assault. The clash was titanic. The earth trembled and mountains shook. Neza, the 6-armed celestial prince, met Wukong, the stone-born monkey king, and for the first time, each found a true equal. Sword flashes cut the air like lightning. The demon-binding rope whipped like a flying serpent. Fire wheels blazed with blinding brilliance, while embroidered spheres spun through the chaos. Wukong's 3 staves wove a wall of iron, parrying every strike with effortless precision. For 30 exchanges they fought, neither gaining advantage. Neza multiplied his 6 weapons into thousands, then millions, hurling them all at the Monkey King's head. But Wukong only laughed, his iron staves multiplying to match, filling the sky like a swarm of shooting stars. The heavens themselves seemed to rain weapons. Demon kings in every cave slammed their doors shut, and mountain spirits burrowed deep underground in terror. But Wukong was quick of hand and sharp of eye. Amid the swirling storm of weapons, he plucked a single hair from his body and cried, "Transform." The hare became a perfect copy of himself, standing firm with staff raised, keeping Neza fully occupied. Meanwhile, his true body leaped through the air, soaring behind Neza in a single bound, staff raised high above the prince's exposed back. The iron staff whistled down toward Neza's left arm. The prince was still wielding his divine weapons when he heard the wind scream of the approaching blow. He twisted a dodge, but it was too late. The staff connected with a sickening crack. Neza howled in pain, dropped all his transformations, gathered his 6 weapons back into his body, and fled the battlefield in agony, clutching his wounded arm. King Li had watched the entire fight from the front lines. Before he could even mobilize reinforcements, his son appeared before him, trembling and defeated. "Father," Neza gasped, "this Baima when truly possesses unimaginable power. Even with all my magic, I could not defeat him. He has wounded my arm." The king's face drained of color as the full weight of the disaster sank in. What terrifying powers does this creature possess? Li Jing whispered. Neza clutched his injured arm and continued. Outside his cave stands a banner bearing 4 words: "Equal to heaven, the great sage." He declared that if the Jade Emperor grants him this title, all will be settled. But if refused, he swears to smash his way into the Cloud Palace himself. The king fell silent, then nodded grimly. If that is the case, Li Jing decided, we should not press the fight. Let us return to the heavens and report this to the Jade Emperor. We can summon more celestial forces later. The wounded prince could not fight again, so father and son ascended together to deliver their grim report. Meanwhile, the victorious Monkey King returned to his mountain in triumph, and the 72 demon kings came to celebrate. At the feast, Wukong turned to his 6 sworn brothers. "Since I call myself the great sage equal to heaven, you should each take a great sage title as well." The bold demon king leaped up and roared, "Brother, you speak sense. I shall be the great sage who pacifies heaven."